Bill Gates is the co-founder of Microsoft. Mark Zuckerberg is the founder of Facebook. Gautam Adani is the founder of the Adani Group. Richard Branson is the co-founder of the Virgin Group. Do you know what is common among all these people? You might be thinking that they are among the richest people in the world and that they dominate the present world. Yes, Richard Branson is now the first person to reach the edge of space in his very own spacecraft. But there is one more thing common among them. They have all successfully escaped a trap that most people today are willingly and proudly walking into. A trap that changes the perception of reality to such an extent that despite having endless sources of information, no one is able to reach a sensible conclusion. I don't care what I have to do. If I have to move somewhere or start something new, maybe I will. But I will never put my children into a system that doesn't understand their unique gifts and abilities just because they don't fit on the conveyor belt of conventional education. In the U.S. alone, there are over 500,000 people who do not send their children to school. Ironically, most of them are teachers because they know how broken the system is. And then there is you, perhaps studying in a college, completing assignments on time, maintaining 90% attendance, memorizing books against your will, and following every rule, hoping that when you graduate, you will get a good job. After that, you will buy a big house for your parents, purchase an expensive car, get married, send your kids to good schools, and earn lots of money. But do you know what the reality is? Think about it. How old were you when you started preparing for your career? Sir, I was 18 years old at that time. Now, I am 30 inches tall. And in these 12 years, what have you done with your life? Sir, I kept studying, kept getting degrees. I have completed post-graduation in 3 subjects, did a B.Ed, qualified for CTT and NET exams. But after 15 years of hard work, I finally earned a graduation degree, only to realize that I am not getting a job. I have given countless interviews, but every time I get rejected for some reason. People mock me. Even my relatives have stopped talking to me. I have not visited my village for 2 years. The pain is unbearable. After so much struggle, I have achieved nothing. On top of that, there is an FIR against me. I have distanced myself from people, locked myself in a room, crying and praying for just one thing. God, please give me a job somehow. Slowly, my self-esteem and confidence started to diminish. Eventually, I got a job, but the salary was too low. But what could I do? I had no choice but to take it. The salary wasn't enough to buy a house, so I took a home loan. Since I had my own house, I thought having a car was necessary too, so I took a car loan. Unknowingly, I trapped myself from all directions. Now, I live in constant fear of losing my job because if that happens, how will I manage my expenses? The home loan EMI is running, the car loan EMI is running, the children's school fees need to be paid. Gradually, I started suppressing my dreams. Every morning I wake up silently, go to work, and return home in the evening, whether I like my job or not. And then one day, this life starts feeling normal. Years pass, I grow old, and I think, maybe I was unlucky. That's why I couldn't achieve big things in life. I worked hard, but luck didn't favor me. But the truth is something else, my friend. This education system, which you have followed blindly since childhood, was designed to make you fail. It was never meant to help you succeed. Instead, it was created to make you an obedient factory worker. You might think I am just saying random things, but I promise, just give me a few minutes and you will understand this entire trap clearly. Are you coming with me? Dhirubhai Ambani, Virat Kohli, Amir Khan, Narendra Modi, none of them fell into this education system trap. Let's go back in time. In the year 1806, there was a war between Napoleon's army and Prussia. Despite having one of the best armies, Prussia lost. Their leaders couldn't understand how they lost despite having such a strong army. After deep analysis, they realized that their soldiers were strong, but during the war, they were using their own brains instead of blindly following orders. On the other hand, Napoleon's army simply followed his commands without question. As a consequence of their defeat, Prussia had to give away half of its territory to Napoleon and sign a peace agreement. Now, Prussian leaders faced a major challenge. This should never happen again. But how would they ensure that? After much thought, they came up with an idea and started building a system. A system where soldiers would only do what they were ordered to do. Nothing more, nothing less. What was the best possible way to achieve this? By controlling young minds. Minds that were not yet capable of thinking independently. Minds that had no understanding of right and wrong, so that whatever was taught to them, they would accept as truth. Thus, they introduced an 8-year education system, the Prussian education system. From age 5 to 13, education was made compulsory, and its sole purpose was to create obedient citizens who would not question orders. By the late 1800s, this universal education system spread worldwide because governments feared losing their military superiority. They needed a system to produce obedient workers and soldiers who would follow commands without question. And this was the real purpose of the education system. If you like this video, then like and subscribe and share it with your friends. Also, give me your feedback in the comments on how these things can be improved. Thank you. Watch the video completely.